exciting day today in our studio. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, earlier on the show, I had a giggle with Ewan and I said to him, do you remember at school when people used to say you kick like a girl? We're literally talking about that like a girl phenomenon today, because when it comes to people saying that you throw or you run like a girl, what are they actually saying? Now, spurred by research from the US, a research company here in South Africa has challenged the perceptions of what it means to use that phrase like a girl. You know, in an effort to empower women, we need to talk about this because it is a negative stereotype. What it means to throw or to run like a girl. First, take a look at this.
Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm gonna just give you some actions to do. And just do the first thing that comes to mind. Show me what it looks like to run like a girl.
My hair. Oh my God.
Show me what it looks like to fight like a girl. Now throw like a girl.
Aw.
My name is Dakota, and I'm 10 years old.
Show me what it looks like to run like a girl. Throw like a girl. Fight like a girl. What does it mean to you when I say run like a girl?
It means run fast as you can.
So do you think you just insulted your sister?
No. I mean, yeah, insulted girls, but not my sister.
Is like a girl a good thing?
Actually, I don't know what it really, if it's a bad thing or a good thing. It sounds like a bad thing. It sounds like you're trying to humiliate someone.
Yes, definitely. It sounds like you want to humiliate someone. That was so interesting. Megan DeVay is in our studio, a psychologist, to talk about this. Megan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I became almost tearful when I saw what real girls, you know, want to do, their posture, the way they do things. Why do you think this like a girl phrase has become such a negative stereotype? I mean, people use it all the time, but when we see how real girls grow up, well, it's negative.
Mm-hmm. The subtle influences against women in society have been going on, as you know, for millennium. And we know that labels have an effect on people. And this video shows us very clearly that at a young age, before self-consciousness has come into play, before they've spent time, you know, interacting with people out there in the world, they act innocently and really, like, I can run well, I can fight well, for goodness sake.
But I almost feel that this is a problem that us as media or even society implements. What do you think this says about the power of society and the power of the media to influence children and what it really means to be like a girl?
I think if you look at the research, they're saying kids are looking at something like 30,000 images a day on screens, on TV and magazines, on billboards, which is influencing the way they perceive things. And not only that, there's a way of kind of belittling and putting someone down by saying, like, don't swim like a girl or throw like a girl, and it makes a girl feel that she's not agile enough, not strong enough, not able enough. And there's a lot of these labels that are placed on boys and girls. So I think boys are kept in straitjackets and so are girls, and it really affects their belief in what they can do. If I looked at the average guy standing in a queue or something and I turn around and say, oh, you look like a jock, you know, I mean, he would question himself. He would like, what? You know, what, am I wearing something funny? You know, and so when it's constantly said, I personally have been told when I wouldn't get into the water in freezing cold Cape Town, don't be like a girl, you're acting like a girl. I've also been said to me in a business meeting, it was a joke, but it was meant to kind of set me back. Oh, don't worry your pretty little head. Don't worry about your pretty little head about this. This is, of course, when I was much younger. But
you look great too.
But it kind of sets you back and you feel belittled. And when you're hearing this stuff all the time, it really affects your beliefs about yourself.
You know, there was an incident with one of my kids at school, and it's the same thing. I think it's us as parents who condition our children this way. How do we fix it? How do we recondition society in saying don't do that. Don't say that. You know,
Yeah.
it's not polite. It's not good for anyone.
The research is very interesting because what we need is to not point out individuals, because it seems when we point out individuals, look at that incredible female athlete, people say, oh, but that's an exception to the rule. We need to have change the way we speak. We've got to take gender out of it, and we've got to speak in a much more kind of generalized way in terms of, oh, let's all go for a run, you know, instead of, you know, girls, you stand there, and boys, you know, you over there, and girls first or boys. And we've got to stop that kind of discrimination. So more generally, we also need much more like personal, upfront conversations and contact with people that have all different abilities and begin to see it. I mean, one of the interesting things is how women perceive themselves in maths has been affected from teaching over the years, because teachers have just begun to expect that girls are lower in maths and boys are higher in maths. And that research goes very deep, and it shows very clearly that it's the labeling and it's the way people address each other that sets the self-belief and then affects the behavior. And it's remarkable. So we need many more examples out there of girls that are, you know, amazing and perform well and fight well and run well and throw well. And we as women have got to begin to realize that we must not be affected by these labels, and we must stop believing them about ourselves.
Well, it definitely questions, and it puts pressure on women as well to be able to do better just because someone said you throw like a girl. If you just tuned in, we're talking about a Like a Girl campaign where people for years have said, yes, we can do it. I just saw it there, where people would label, well, any situation, child or grown up, and say, you're doing something like a girl. I would want to talk about this for more. Wow, thanks,
Yes.
Megan.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it. Well, you just heard it. Maybe it's time that we all go for a run and we all go for an ad break. You don't have to. Make sure that you differentiate between boys and girls. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. There's lots more happening on the show. We'll be back after this.